You guys, we have got to talk about Timothée Chalamet because he is making headlines right now, and not in a good way. And the timing of all of this could not be worse for him because this is literally happening during Oscar voting. And there is so much to get into because people are really upset with him. And the conversation about who Timothée is now versus who he used to be has completely blown up overnight. So here's what happened. A clip from an interview he did with Matthew McConaughey for Variety started going viral last night. And in it, Timothée says that he doesn't want to be working in ballet or opera, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though, no one cares about this anymore. And the internet did not receive that well, at all, because people were quick to point out that his mom and his grandma are dance teachers, his sister dances, Timothée himself has a dance background, and he has literally just recently been out here repping the New York City Ballet. So to then turn around and casually say nobody cares about ballet anymore in an interview, people were like, what is happening? Who is this person? And I will say, in fairness, when you watch the full clip and not just the snippet that went viral, he does immediately say, all respect to the ballet and opera people out there, I just lost 14 cents in viewership, and kind of acknowledges that he just took shots for no reason. So he kind of caught himself. But the damage was already done because the short clip was what was spreading, and people were reacting to that. And the broader context of what he was actually saying is that he was talking about attention spans and how studios want action immediately in Act 1 now, hook people faster. And he was sort of landing in the middle of the debate between films that demand patience versus films that just pull people in naturally. And his point was that he doesn't want movies to become something where people feel obligated to go see them out of cultural duty, the way some people feel about keeping ballet or opera alive. Like, he wants people to see movies because they genuinely want to, not because they feel like they have to support the art form. Which is actually a pretty interesting point when you hear the whole thing. But the way the clip got cut and spread made it sound like he was just casually dismissing two entire art forms and the communities around them, and people were not having it. The comments were really going in. People were saying things like, Timothée disrespecting art is just insane, that he's become yet another insufferable man, that the more he talks, the less they want to hear from him. Someone pointed out that ballet theaters are actually sold out right now, while cinemas are struggling, so the no one cares framing really landed badly. Someone else said, this is what happens when you date a Kardashian, which, whether you agree with that or not, says a lot about how people are feeling about the trajectory of his public persona right now. And this isn't even the first time ballet and opera have come up in his interviews in this context. He said something similar on Good Morning America a couple months ago when he was asked about what defines success and whether it's awards or ticket sales. He said something like he doesn't want it to be like opera or ballet where you have to beg people to show up. So this is clearly a comparison he reaches for when he's making this specific point. But people are like, maybe stop using ballet and opera as your shorthand for irrelevant things people don't care about, because clearly people do care, and you, of all people, should know that. But honestly, the ballet comment is just the latest thing that's been feeding into this much bigger conversation about Timothée and how he's changed, because people have been noticing a shift in how he carries himself, and it's been building for a while. Like at the SAG Awards last year, when he won for A Complete Unknown, he gave that speech where he basically said winning a SAG is great, but he's in pursuit of greatness. He wants to be one of the greats. And he named Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, Viola Davis, Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, and people had very mixed reactions to that. Some felt like it was arrogant, and he was essentially saying a SAG isn't good enough for him. Others felt like he was just being driven and honest about his ambitions, but it planted a seed. And since then, he has been very visibly hungry for this Oscar, like he has been campaigning hard, hosting screenings, sitting down with celebrities for conversations before screeners, doing it all. And people have gone from rooting for him as an underdog to kind of watching him with a different energy. Because there's this thing that happens where if someone wants something so badly and is so openly pursuing it, people start to want to see them not get it, just to see them get humbled a little. And I think that's where a lot of people are at with Timothée right now. Like, if he wins the Oscar on Sunday, is that going to be the thing that finally lets him relax and just be grateful and present? Or does winning just make all of this worse? And the timing of all this blowing up is genuinely so interesting because the interview has been out for 9 days, and it only went viral last night, which is the last day of Oscar voting. So, I mean, whether that's coincidence or not, I'll let you decide. But it's a lot of noise to have swirling around you on the last day people are casting their ballots. I want to know what you guys think about all of this, because this conversation is really dividing people. Like, there are people who think he's completely lost the plot, and people who think he's just a driven person being honest, and everyone's being too sensitive. Where do you land? Let me know in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys!